I'm live in La Mesa, and the Let Them Breathe rallies continue. The parent group continues to advocate against mask mandates, and this time we're at La Mesa Spring Valley School District. But first, let's say good evening to Francella. It is hot, hot, hot out here.
The parent group called Let Them Breathe continues to advocate against mask mandates in school. And another rally is set for this evening ahead of the La Mesa Spring Valley School Board meeting. KUSI's Teresa Sardina joins us live from the district office. She's got the latest on all of this. And I see you've got some more parents behind you, Teresa.
Good evening, Logan. Yes, and this rally starts at 4:30, and the board meeting here at the district starts at 6. And I think this is rally number 50. What do you think? All right, the parent group Let Them Breathe, they're not going to stop rallying throughout the state until the state lifts that mask mandate from schools K through 12. And I'm here with Sharon McKeeman. She's the founder of Let Them Breathe, and she is gathering everyone again today, to get their voices heard, about the importance of dropping the mask. But before this segment, I reached out to the La Mesa Spring Valley School District Superintendent, David Feliciano. He was unable to attend, but he did provide a statement. I have the statement on the screen for you. He says, "We are required to enforce state health regulations. The indoor mask rule is not subject to the discretion of individual school districts. The rule was made at the state level by the California Department of Public Health, and it applies to all schools statewide. We value the voices and opinions of all of our parents, and we respect their right to be heard. My hope is that our families understand that the school district has no choice but to adhere to the state health rules." And we're getting a lot of these responses from the districts, and this is basically telling the local schools that they can enforce how they're going to implement and require these mask mandates. But again, this is a requirement K through 12. But Sharon, we have covered so many of these rallies, and there's some new information. You have been working with so many districts across the state, and the latest, you were visiting Clovis, and that's in Central California. I worked in that area and worked closely with the superintendent, Dr. O'Farrell. Tell us what is new in Clovis, and they're really supporting your movement.
Well, Clovis made a really smart move, and they are implementing something that has been there all along and is there for any district to capitalize on. The state guidance does say that any child that has a medical condition, mental health condition, or disability that keeps them from wearing a facial covering is exempt. And the state guidance does not say exactly how that must be documented. So Clovis has put out a form on their website and basically said that any parent can self-attest by filling out that form that their student is medically unable to wear a facial covering. And as we've been saying, our kids' mental health is suffering. So if a kid is just hysterical or saying that they just don't want to go back to school, they're not wanting to wear a mask anymore, then it seems that that may be a mental health condition that is keeping them from wearing a facial covering. We know many other parents who have consulted their pediatricians and such. Not all of them are comfortable with, a really detailed medical exemption, but this is something that we're proud of Clovis for doing, and we want to see other school districts do it as well.
Are you hearing any similar stories here in San Diego County as far as what Clovis Unified is doing?
Well, I just spoke to a parent this morning, actually, that was speaking to the Encinitas school district and basically letting her know that she would share the name of the doctor, but she wasn't going to give over all of her kids' private medical records. And it sounds like there was progress there, that they are understanding that parents need to be able to self-attest, give the basics, but not just give over all their kids' private medical information. And we just heard from some other school districts that not only are they standing with Parents for Mass Choice, they want to begin a coalition of school districts and see how many in the state stand for this.
Before we go, what is the latest on the lawsuit against the state of California?
Well, the reason we filed that lawsuit is because there is a state mandate. That description that you just read, that statement, it is true. But we want to get rid of this mandate so that these school districts are not trying to figure out how to enforce or not enforce. Everyone should be able to make the decisions that, for their own family and what's best for their kids.
Sharon, thank you so much. All right, Logan, I'm going to send it back to you. We're live here in La Mesa where they're having a Let Them Breathe rally that starts at 4:30. The board meeting is tonight at 6. And mask wearing is not on the agenda, but the district, they're allowing parents to make their voices heard and ask any questions that they have. But since we have been covering these rallies, many district members have been coming forward talking to us on KUSI News. We heard from the Lakeside Union board member. We also heard from the superintendent and and Alpine Unified. So we will see what happens. Many of these schools are going back to class this month. We know that La Mesa Spring Valley School District, they're starting school August 27th. So we shall see how the district will be enforcing mask requirements. Logan?
Yeah, that's the interesting part. We've got this statewide mandate, but then each district gets to enforce it in the way they see fit. So it's kind of all different depending upon what school you go to. Teresa, thanks so much for the live report.